Hey guys, Nestler Magic here, and I'm going to start this deck video off a little bit differently. Let's just jump right into it, as Philip DeFranco says. I actually cannot start with that. Well, let's see, I'm going first, it's two. We'll just try to pull it out. Alright, here we go. This is not what I would normally start with. This is too damn many good cards. There it is, already done, already won. They might as well give up and go home. It's just like Vintage. Alright, here we go. Pilgrim's Eye. Yes. The one swamp. Thank you. Alright, and we are officially done with you. There we go. Hurt him more than hurt me. And, could have put it on Undergrowth. That would have been a fun stall card, but I like to hit the gas whenever possible. There we go. He's now got an Aura Curse on him. And he's... Wow, he chose to sack that. The computer's kind of dumb, by the way. That's a card that everybody should put in for late game insurance in this type of deck. Here we go. I have to bring out more ramp because I feel like something might be sneaking up on me here. You ever get that feeling that somebody wants to sell you something? And he sacrificed the aura. Okay, that would have been my choice, but the computer's an idiot, so... Alright. Oh, there it is. Knew it. You know, so many choices. So many choices. An indestructible blocker is very, very, very overdue. Also, I can actually just cast this anyway. Boom, you got two auras. What you gonna do? That's a shame. Alright. No cards, no permanents. And Channeler, those are fun. Torment is more fun, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for 5. Keep in mind, it's not exactly a late turn. Oh, no more cards in hand, no more life, no more anything. Ow. I felt that one. And there's 6 more damage. Damn. Disassembling it. I mean, the computer really dug their own grave on this, but you could imagine what a normal human would have done in this circumstance. Lose. There we go. And, oh, not quite lethal. There it is. So let's look at the deck list. Alright, so here it is. We've got 1 island, 1 swamp, 1 plains. Very good reason for that. Botanical Sanctum exactly 2. It's a early land, not a late land, or a double check land, whatever you want to call it. And just take my word for it that those are supposed to be there in that amount. I don't feel like explaining it. There should also be exactly 1 Sunken Hollow, and that is it. Just trust me. Forest, and then Endless One. Yay, because, you know, he's good on turn 3, he's good on turn 30. He's just good. He's one of the win condition bomb cards, but he's also one of the, like, stalled defenders. Next, we got Attune with the Aether, which pretty much is a land. So I would say it has 23 lands instead of 21. Except that it thins it, which is good for late game because you want to draw the bombs. So it's just good. And I would consider it a land unless I pull a Plains of Swamp or, I don't know, something else, or like 2 of them, or I don't know. You guys get it. Druid of the Cowl, it's a 1/3, nice defender there, taps for green only, that's why there's only 3. Channeler Initiate, it can tap for any color 3 times, and by the time it's done, it's a 3/4 for 2. I mean, that's just amazing. Naga Vitalist, tap for any color that your mana could produce. Look up the rulings on Reflecting Pool if you want a very good explanation of how that works. Or probably also just this card. Deathcap Cultivator, black or green. And that's why there is 2 botanicals, because they don't do black, and this does. Just trust me, it works. Also, you're never going to get Delirium. Never. Never going to happen. Torment of Hailfire, one of the big bombs. Repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So that's, you know, artifact, aura, enchantment, whatever. If it's like Prophetic Prism or something stupid, okay, great. But if you feed so much as like 3, 4, or 5 into X, the game's over. You just won. They have nothing left. They can't survive that. If they take it all as straight damage, I mean, really? Against this deck with a giant line of dirt cheap creatures at all cost 2? You kidding me? Now we've got the mid-game stall, which is the indestructible, usually, Undergrowth Champion. So landfall, put a counter on it. If it takes damage, take a counter off of it and prevent the damage. No more lifelink, no more death touch. Very nice. Then we've got 2 Tireless Trackers. Pretty simple. You guys know what this does. Single-handedly doubles the cost of the deck. Whoops. This deck's like $30, and it's just a riot. It is so stupidly fun to play. I love it. It's my new favorite deck. You know, whenever you drop a land into play, you generate a clue, so that's like your draw engine, and you have no shortage of mana in this deck, in case you didn't get that vibe. And then he gets bigger over time when you crack the clues. So, nice little guard. You know, he can get up to like a 6/5 real quick, get out of control, and hand you 3 cards. I mean, it's just really good. Then we got Lifespring Druid, just straight up 2/1 for 2. Very crap card, but whatever. Add 1 of any color. So just straight up any color, like it. Then Pilgrim's Eye, it goes to get a land out of your deck and puts it in your hand, and in most cases you would then play it. So you can hand pick a swamp, a plains, or an island. Very, very, very nice. It has to be a basic land though, which is why we've got those. And that's why I don't play Evolving. You need the mana on the turn it comes out. So you got 5+2 if you count Endless One for the mid-game blockers, which is a really good amount to consistently get out one of them. Next up, Torment of Scarabs, one of the most vicious cards in all of our enchant player. It's an Aura Curse, and that at the beginning of their upkeep, every single turn, that player loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Like, you know, this one. So between the two, oh my gosh, they won't have anything left, and you can only take 3 damage so many times before something kills you. Altered Ego, one of my all-time favorite cards. Look at that artwork. Do you guys remember in the Shadows over Innistrad story where some like lady dressed as a maid or something, or a pilgrim, honestly it looks like, had a giant clone of herself break through her house? Because I read it and I didn't pick up on that. I don't know what's going on in this artwork, how this ties into the lore. I don't think it does. I think somebody just wanted to draw it, and I'm glad they did. It's very Attack on Titans, and it is funny as hell, and it is so representative of what the card does. Oh my god, I'm so tickled when they do that. So this is a creature spell, and it can't be countered. That is huge, and I guarantee an opponent is going to try, and then you're going to remind them it can't be countered, so you remember it. It comes in as a copy of any other creature on the battlefield, your side, their side, whatever, and it enters as it. So ETB effect, very fun, isn't it? And then whatever X is, which it can be 0, you can cast this for 4 if you really wanted, if you just wanted to clone Ulamog or whatever. Otherwise, X equals the number of counters you put on it. So in one of the test games, I brought out just a clone of my own Pilgrim's Eye. Oh look, I went and got a land because ETB, and then dropped, I think, I don't know, 5 or 6 counters on it, and then I've got like a 7/7 in the air. I mean, just don't underestimate this card. It is damn good. Then we got Mind's Dilation. Honestly, one of the weaker cards in this deck, but I just wanted to play it. Ever since I saw it, I wanted to play it, and it's like 50 cents. It's an enchantment, stays out forever, of course, costs 5 double blue. It's kind of hard, but whatever. Whenever an opponent casts his or her first spell each turn, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. That is hilarious, especially if it's a counter spell because theirs is still on the stack. It's just too funny. This card is just, it's such a like potential to blow up in your face and do nothing if you keep dropping lands, but it really makes them think twice about what they're casting, because if it's a kill spell, that kind of sucks because it wouldn't be on the battlefield if they're casting a creature, but it just really shuts them down. They have to play around it. It's about on par with like a Void Winnower, I would say, as far as disruption. Next up, Bane of Bala Ged. We got 2 of these because they're freaking awesome, and they're colorless, so just bring out whatever you want, or I should say full generic cost. Whenever it attacks, they have to exile 2 permanents, including lands. It usually is lands. And you could clone it, too, with Altered Ego. In fact, you can clone this with Mirage Mirror, which is not in this deck, and swing 1 turn earlier. Like, it comes out, you clone it, the Mirage Mirror has been out, boom, swing, done. And then finally, Overwhelming Splendor. Is this worth having white in the deck? Absolutely not. It shouldn't even be in the damn deck. I would probably put in like Plated Crusher or something, which is a 7/6 trampler for 7 with hexproof. It's a darn good card. Maybe just another Altered Ego. I just love this card, so I threw it in, and that's the thing. This whole deck list is super loose. You really don't have to, you know, stick to it. Like, there was 2 decks in the past, El Zombie and Mr. Nibbles. If you changed 1 card in there, you just broke the deck. It will not function. And that's, people kept doing that, and it kept not working, and they were like blaming me for some reason. Yeah, no. But this one, you could swap out just about anything, and the math isn't even that tight. It's just so brute force and consistent, it just knocks you over. So early game, okay, you might get pounded by a couple, you know, red creatures. Oh no. After that, mid-game, you are stalling like you wouldn't believe, and mid to late game-ish, you're just dominating. You're just bringing out stuff they cannot deal with. By the way, if you're not familiar with what this does, it turns every single creature that they own for the rest of the game into a 1/1 with no abilities, no anything. And apparently abilities include flying and death touch. Yeah, so it's basically a blank vanilla 1/1. Every single creature gets turned into that. No more triggered abilities. Also, they can't even activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. So basically, almost unless it's on a land or a planeswalker, they can't use it if it's an ability. This is just... I might as well just say your opponent loses, because that's what they do. So what does this get beat by? Obviously flyers. So we got Plummet, and then Heaven. Honestly, I think I went a little far with the clip wings. You're not going to put 11 damn cards in, but Plummet is just destroy target creature with flying. Cool. And then Heaven is destroy pretty much every creature with flying. Yeah, fun. It deals X damage to each creature with flying, and yeah, you're just going to cast it for like 3 and just nuke everything. Even on turn 4, I think you could cast this for like 7. So, yeah. And then we got, if they keep blowing up your lines of creatures that you actually need, because, you know, you need them to ramp your mana, Heroic Intervention, all permanents, including lands, hello, get hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. Fantastic card, very underappreciated, and I think it's under $1. Then what would I put in instead of clip wings? I don't know, just, you know, sideboards are specific to your local meta. So, I think I'm going to show the rest of the gameplay, which will be like 4 matches in like 8 minutes in the next video. You just won't believe how consistent and how unstoppable this deck is. It really, truly is hard to beat, and I built it kind of as a joke. I just thought, I want to play some 8 cost to 7 cost spells. There's some cool ones out there. Oh, look, some stuff that costs X. Wouldn't it be fun to cast Torment for a lot? Hey, Endless One's one of my favorites. Let's just throw all this crap in the deck. What should we put in instead? Or what should we put in addition? Mana Dorks, yay! And it worked. Like, no joke, this freaking works. So, if you think you can beat me with it, send me a DM on Twitter and I will prove you wrong. So, check out the next video with gameplay, like more extensive gameplay. Very short games because the decisions are so easy and this wins on such an early turn. But I did throw in one really funny match. So just check it out to get an overall feel for it. I mean, all the games start to look the same. You just ramp up, bring out something they can't deal with, and then bring out something else they can't deal with, and then bring out something else they can't deal with. That's it. I mean, it's such a simplistic deck. That's why I thought it wouldn't work, but it just does. But yeah, I'd be happy to play it against you. If you think you have something that will beat this, I'd love to see it. I mean, literally an all flyers deck would probably do it, but something a little bit more intelligent than that, let me know, because I want to know what to plan for if somebody wants to play around this at my FNM. So hit me up on Twitter for that, and I will see you guys next video.